Hello, welcome to Tripping Odds with Travelmakers. In our first episode, we start on the New South Wales far south coast in the beautiful town of Merimbula, where we're packing up our house, bidding farewell to friends and our very good neighbours. From there we head to Canberra. We have a week of appointments, car modifications, and of course saying goodbye to our family and friends for a while. And then we hit the road proper and start our journey on the road to Rutherglen.
Hi, I'm Jan.
And I'm Phil. Jan and I have a travel agency in Kingston, Canberra, which we've had for around 23 years. And we have some great employees who are still with us and hopefully with us for many years too. But of course with COVID, we hit very badly with business. In fact, it was non-existent, and it still is non-existent today apart from a few trips starting to happen, which is good news. But we did decide to make the radical decision of selling our house, our beautiful home on the south coast in Merimbula, which was a very hard wrench, but we made that decision. We packed up the house and now we're living full-time in our caravan.
So it was a hard decision, and it was a big process to get here, but we're here and we're thinking, right, what we're going to do, what's the plan, what's the route that we're going to take. So we plan to go round Australia clockwise and see where it takes us. We've not really got a hard and fast plan, have we?
No.
Whereas usually we have with an itinerary, but this time we thought we'll just stay as long as we want to, and if we don't like somewhere we'll just move on, and that's the beauty of caravan life. And we're looking forward to meeting some new people, seeing some new places and sharing it with everybody. And hopefully you can get some valuable information from our experiences.
Yeah, not only the destinations we go to, hopefully meet some colourful characters, but also what van life is life as well. Because I mean, it's one of those Australian dreams, doing the big lap in a caravan. And of course today the caravans of all mod cons, and we'll show you our caravan and our tow vehicle. In a couple of episodes maybe, to give you some good ideas, and any questions that you have, etc. Please feel free to either message us or go through the YouTube channel, etc.
Yeah, and not only Phil and I, we've got a third entity on board. We've got our Groodle dog Gypsy, who's quite a big dog, so it's going to be quite interesting. Most places these days are quite happy to accommodate dogs, most van parks. So we'll see how we go, and you dog lovers out there, we'll share all our feedback and the pros and cons of travelling with a dog in a caravan.
Yeah, well, Gypsy's quite a character, and you'll be meeting her soon.
She is, yes. She'll be bounding onto the set fairly soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, this is Gypsy. Hello, Gypsy. What are you up to today? Say hello. This is the first time you've been on the camera, isn't it? So she's sniffing the air, and she's a bit out of sorts. Knows quite to make of the trip so far. Yeah, all right. Well, it's around 6 o'clock in the morning. It's D-Day, it's moving day. So we've got all our boxes ready to go, but we've got quite a lot still to pack as well. So here we go. A new adventure starts today. Quite a stunning place. Slight sea fog, a little bit misty, but absolutely beautiful this morning. Our last day in Merimbula as we head off up the hills and mountains towards Canberra, the place where we settled first in Australia. Morning, Gypsy. You having fun? You having fun? Of course you are. Gypsy's a bit like a greyhound, crazy dog. Stressful week. Said goodbye to a lot of friends and work colleagues, and anyway, we're on the road.
Packing up the house. Not a good job, not a nice job, but got to be done.
And we said we'd never do it again. Guess what?
We did. But guess what? That's life sometimes. To go with the flow and adapt.
Yeah. So here we are coming up Merimbula. Next stop is Canberra. First test for the Caravan. The Prado, sorry, the Land Cruiser. Going on this corrugated road, which is just out of Canberra in New South Wales.
Beautiful countryside.
Let's see how she goes.
See how it performs on this bit of dirt road. Yeah.
So yeah, a lovely day.
Gorgeous day. Really lovely day.
ACT.
Australian Capital Territory. Welcome to Canberra.
Another warm country.
There we go. So here we are at Canberra Park. This is in the suburb of Kenny. Quite a new suburb, isn't it, Phil?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so quite near to Exhibition Park in Canberra. Just on the corner of the Federal Highway and Old Wells Station Road. So we'll have a look. Looks very new, very new. Okay, so here we are. We're looking for plot 29 or site 29. So they're all actually not all drive-through, are they? But in the middle, yeah. In the middle they've got drive-through sites. It's quite a small park. Facilities look very new.
Well, it's early in the morning and today is the last of our days in Canberra before we head up on our big trip. Brought the car down to ARB to get a few things fitted, like a fridge, hopefully a CB and some drawers, and we'll see, but they are short of parts, so I'm not quite sure what we'll get. But yeah, I've hit a small problem with the hitch as we're setting up to leave Canberra this morning. The actual receiver will not move and it seems to be jammed, and this pin's supposed to come right up and engage, but it won't, as you can see. So we're just on to ARV now to see if they can help us out.
We're not going anywhere for the time being.
I'm stuck in Canberra forever.
Oh no.
Oh well, the hitch we had, pardon the pun, has now been fixed and we're ready to go. I was supposed to set off at 9 AM and it's now 20 to 1. We got a mobile mechanic from Canberra who said that the actual hitch was buckled inside, that's why I wouldn't engage, but like it's all fixed now, so just about to do the last few checks and away we go. Well, we finally got underway and travelled northwest up to Yass and then down to our first stop for the night, which is a small village called Woomagama, where we stayed in a free camp. Well, we've arrived at our first camp spot of the trip, proper one that is, after Canberra, and we chose a free camp, and it's really nice. Here we are, all set up. Gypsy's quite happy. She has got freedom on the lawn. Nice place. Very quiet. Tennis courts, and I think tomorrow we're only maybe 100 k's from our destination of Rutherglen, just over the border in Victoria, where we'll set up camp for a few nights. So the place name, or the name of this place, is called Umagama Village, and it's a lovely little spot off the Hume Highway, probably between Sydney and Melbourne, and looks like this is an old pub, which is very handy after a long day's drive and a bit of a stressful day, I must admit. So I'm certainly hanging for a beer, and I'm sure Gypsy and Jan are too.
Well, here we are. We're on our way to Rutherglen. Had a good stop last night at a free camp, Wimagama. That was the one. Really nice, quiet spot off the road, off the highway. Nice pub. Had a beer there and then went back and had some dinner. So we left this morning about 11 o'clock and we're on our way to Rutherglen. We passed through the border, New South Wales into Victoria, no issues. Got our permits, but nothing's on the highway, no roadblocks or anything. 27th of February today. Okay, so here we are, we're just about to enter into Rutherglen, Victoria's tidiest town apparently in 2009.
Did we go through here last time? Must have done.
Yeah, because I remember that sign.
Yeah, there's a caravan park down here, so
yeah.
It might be.
Yeah. I think there's only one caravan park in town, so we're hoping that they've got
recalculation
room for us. Big red shed. Oh, some nice old heritage buildings. Look like they keep the town quite nice.
There must be a lake down here somewhere, because there's a the caravan park is.
Is there a lake? Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. There we are. Yeah, it's this way.
There's a big old tank.
Yeah.
Memorial Park.
Oh.
Is this it?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. There we go. Look, vacancies.
Okay.
Cabins, powered sites, non-powered sites, vacancies for all of them. Okay, well, it's a really nice setting. There's a lake over there.
Caravan and Tourist Park. Fabulous place with a little lake. And some nice walks around there too. This place has 22 cabins and about 36 caravan sites. It's a very close walk to town. 3 minutes and you're in town to the pub. Great place. So this is Merimbula Wines in Rutherglen. What a picturesque spot.
Yeah, and 22 acres and needs
Okay, so this is Lee from Lambeth in London, where he was born.
G'day, mate.
And a real Aussie now, of course. So, Lee, when did you come over here?
We came out here in 1963. We were £10 tourists.
Okay.
Yep.
With your mum and dad?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, we came out for the new life in Australia, and the old man was in a rock and roll band, so.
You look like a rock and roller, actually.
Oh, thank you very much. So yeah, they did all right. We've travelled around Australia, but you got to remember in those days, travelling around Australia in the 60s was like the Wild West, literally. Yeah. Like the Wild West. You didn't stop between towns.
Okay. Did you go across the Nullarbor?
Yes, we did. Yeah, and we were told by the police, do not stop for any persons on the Nullarbor, if you can get my drift there. So.
Wow, it was a dirt track in those days, I think.
Yeah, pretty well dirt track, and it was a tarred road, and you know, and you never went off the road. Never went off the road.
Okay, so what are your first memories of Australia?
I'd have to say when we were in Queensland, I can remember playing on a big bunch of rocks, and I had these little friends. Well, I thought were friends, and I remember my mum screaming and shouting at me. I thought, well, I'm playing with my friends. And what it was I was sitting on the rocks, and the snakes had come out and they were sunning themselves on the rocks.
Oh, wow.
So the father and his friends had to rig up a line, come across and pull me up there. And it was great fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's probably my first memory.
Okay, yeah. And obviously you grew up, so when you were moving around with the band, I guess.
Yeah. It was just a different way of life, different way of living.
Yeah.
Because I had been back to the UK a couple of times, and I did remember a little bit of schooling there.
Yeah.
It was just a totally different life, and because when we went back to the UK, my grandmother was absolutely shocked because we run around, no shoes,
yeah.
in your undies, run around. Yeah. So it was a fantastic time, and grew up in Australia. That's all I know.
Yeah. So what brought you to this region?
I transferred down here for work in 2007.
Yeah, what did you do?
I was in law enforcement in those days.
Yeah.
I since retired, and I figured, my wife said to me, well, I'll get a job and get out of the house. So I thought to myself, well, I like wine. So I came to a winery, I went to another winery, applied for a job there, got that, found I loved it, worked at another winery, and then came here.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Merimbula wines.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Merimbula wines is it's indigenous for sweet water.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the family used to own All Saints.
Yeah.
Sold All Saints in the 80s, and Andrew Sutherland Smith came here, bought the land here I think about 1990, put his vines down, and he likes to make a wine that's big, bold, young.
So your big reds.
Big reds.
Your big Shiraz, your Cab Sauves, and
big ass bold red. Reminds me of my time I was in Ireland. So I met a girl there. She kept me warm at night too. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So these things are like 16%, some of these wines.
The biggest we've ever had is about 18.5%.
Wow, what was that?
Yeah, that was a Drift. That was a Drift.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was almost, you could almost say it was a liqueur, but it was a red wine.
Yeah. Now, I heard, I don't know if this is true, but Rutherglen is the home of the Muscat wine. Is that true?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Fortified wines and Drift. And if you actually go to Morris Wines, you'll see a big sign out the front, and they call Mick Morris the father of Drift.
Okay.
Because when he was a young man, Drift wines were like a liqueur, and he said, I can make a table wine out of that, which he did. He developed it, and it's just kicked ass ever since, mate.
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
Bloody beautiful.
So I might just show a selection of the wines here,
sure,
so we can see
no
them.
problem.
So we got the Swedish blend, which I guess are like the clean skins. Then we go up from Grenache, Malbec, Shiraz, Reserve Shiraz,
British.
Limited Parola Shiraz, and the Giraffe.
We got even then, yes.
Well, thanks, Lee. That's brilliant, really nice tasting
right,
and stuff. We'll buy a couple of bottles and take them back. But,
A couple of bottles.
You're our
Cheap
first.
bastard. What's wrong with you?
But you can throw in 5. No, but that's great, and you're our first guest. So thanks very much.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much.
Cheers. So we're just going into the small town centre of Chiltern. I've no idea how It is.
About 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes from Rutherglen.
Yeah, well, apparently it's typical of an old gold town, so fairly modern, but you can see the old main street as it coming in. Oh, it looks beautiful actually.
Say no dogs, Phil, there
Okay.
on the sign.
Right, it's got the big Gypsy in.
So yeah, maybe you go and have a look or
Yeah,
stop at Gypsy. I guess with this travelling with dogs, it's something you're going to come across occasionally. We know with national parks that we won't be able to take her in, but this was just a bit of a last-minute decision to come here, really.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at Woolshed Falls. Let's have a look. What's here? This is about probably 5 k's from Beechworth. You start to get a little bit hilly. I guess it's the start of the Victorian Alps, I think. Oh, this is quite pretty. Quite a gorge. Bit of water flowing. Stunning. It's a stunning day as well. 2,000 ounces of gold was extracted from this pool during the years of 1918 to 1920. But there's not much left now. It's a pretty spot. Go. Well, we're going up to the historic town of Beechworth in the high country. Missing it, Craft Beer Festival, March the 27th, 28th.
Oh,
Never mind.
hell.
You look it up, Cruise House Uni, it's just all you do.
And here's the historic Beechworth Bakery. It's made a bit of a pilgrimage today. Lovely old building. Fabulous Beechwood pie, which is potato and steak. Absolutely delicious. Well worth the trek. Just wait for the coffee now. Hi, this is Joe from Beechwood Bakery down in Beechwood. I guess this is head office, Joe?
It is.
Yeah. And how many bakers do you have?
We've got 8 at the
8?
moment now.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So Beechworth, Duca, Ballarat, Bendigo, Bills Hill, Yakandanda, and a little one down in Bride.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, and when did bakery actually start?
So this Beechworth one was opened in 1984.
Yep.
So this year it's 37 years old.
Okay.
By Tom O'Toole, who
Yes.
was the founder. He he still floats around.
Does he really?
Comes
He
in,
writes the books,
comes
doesn't
in.
he?
Pardon?
He writes the books,
Yeah.
the cookbooks.
Yes.
I have one
yes,
of those.
Yes. Tom writes the cookbooks. But yeah, he comes in every day for his coffee and yeah.
Okay.
So he's still as mad as ever, but yeah.
Wow. So, and how many staff do you employ here?
Well, this Beechworth store we've probably got about 60.
60.
We're
All right, well, we heard. Able to do shifts, obviously.
Yeah, we've got about 25 out in the bakehouse.
Yeah.
Lots of apprentices.
Okay.
But across the whole group, we've probably got about 280.
Wow.
280. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So it's quite a big business, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a big business that thinks small.
Yeah.
So we're very much family, sort of family run and family owned. So we kind of
So I can see the modern touch is mixed with the old, which is great. You're using new technology with the old traditional methods, I guess.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
We like to really push that everything is made in our bakeries by our people. So.
Okay. And how many pies would you pump out a day?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, actually, this weekend we just recently had our pie sale,
Yeah.
which every year we have a pie sale. Buy one pie, get another one for 10 cents.
Oh, okay.
So I think we must have pumped out about, I don't know, 30 wires, which is what, about 700 or 800. That's just in the weekend.
Heavens,
But,
wow.
yeah,
And I've missed out, it's Monday today, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And I must ask you, as a final question, what is your favourite pie?
My favourite pie, it'd have to be the Ned Kelly pie, steak, egg, bacon and cheese. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh wow, and it is lunchtime as well, that's great. So thanks very much for your time, Joe, and the history, a bit of the bakery, and hopefully we can send a lot of people your way.
Yeah, lovely. We'd love to welcome them.
Okay, thank you. Fabulous little town. Old colonial balconies. Heavens, it even looks like a bit like Bourbon Street near the Mississippi. New Orleans. Now, what a fabulous little place Beechworth is. Definitely come back here one day. Thank you. And that's it. Thanks for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed the content. See you next time. Bye.